You call my husband a dick.
I would never say that about Alex.
Because
as
Alex
much as I
isn't.
know, I think that he's verbally abusing you.
Wow.
It's getting dangerous over here.
I'm triggered my damn self. Elizabeth and Loren meet up after their explosive argument at Yara's event that was sparked after Loren admitted to calling Andre a dick, and Elizabeth publicly accused Alex of body shaming Loren, something Loren shared with Elizabeth in private. Now, Elizabeth is accusing Alex of being verbally abusive toward Loren.
I don't trust you. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot going on here. Projection, comparison, competition, jealousy, might I say?
Something ain't right.
Plus, the moment we've been waiting for.
Matt and I, we are gonna have a baby.
Woo, let's talk about it.
It's Malicia.
Hey, 90 Day Fans fam, it's Malicia. Woo, too much happened on this week's episode of Happily Ever After. But let's get into some positive news before we get into the drama.
I may kiss the bread.
Of course, Betty wanted a kiss too.
She can't help it.
Brandon and Julia renewed their vows in Miami, so Julia's parents who are visiting the country could be part of it, and it was so sweet. Julia looked stunning. Brandon looked like usual. I'm not sure why he didn't dress up more. Oh, also,
Betty, shut up.
Mr. Ron told his wife, Mrs. Betty, what a lot of people have been wanting to say for years.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Betty kept pressing Julia about having kids. After Julia announced over dinner, it's not something she wants because she's scared of the surgery she's going to have to get to raise her chances of conceiving.
We can want grandchildren, but we can't make them have grandchildren.
As we know now, eventually Julia is going to muster up the courage and change her mind. They officially have a baby on the way.
And now, the sad news.
Moving on to Cara and Guillermo, who had me in tears this episode. Seeing them both cry on this couch. It sounds like they've officially decided to separate.
I feel that we need to be in separate spaces so we can heal in some way.
Guillermo planned this sweet getaway for them to hopefully be able to rekindle their love. But Cara says she can't get past how he doesn't trust her. And what trips me out is that she doesn't see that she's given him reasons not to. She's had girl nights where she stayed out until the wee hours of the morning. And the girl nights are at this bachata club where a guy she had a fling with DJs. She was on her phone one day smiling, and when Guillermo asked her who she's texting, she said none of your business. Yet she's shocked and offended that he's having trust issues with her. Yeah, I think maybe Guillermo could have been more supportive during her postpartum experience. She seems to be holding on to a lot of resentment from that. But more than anything, it comes off as if she's more excited about her music career taking off than her marriage right now. And she wants out.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Are you gonna even give him a chance?
Thank you.
I said my pleasure.
My heart breaks for Guillermo. This whole situation is sad, but you can feel how hurt he is. It's clear how bad he wanted to save this marriage. Plus, he left his whole life behind in Venezuela for her. I wonder will we see them on The Last Resort. Speaking of The Last Resort, they always have cast members to cast. Oh, that's not funny. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the open marriage gone wrong.
That went terribly wrong.
Gino gets an email from Jasmine saying it's urgent and she needs to talk. So he heads to Matt's house reluctantly, but he also seems to be a little hopeful.
I've been feeling kind of lonely at home.
It's probably about to get worse.
Like I'm having flashbacks and memories in my house of Jasmine being here.
Although Gino's been reminiscing, he says there would have to be a hell of a lot of changes from Jasmine for him to consider not wanting to get a divorce. Oh, there will have to be a hell of a lot of changes, all right. He has no idea.
What I would really like Jasmine to say is that she was sorry for cheating on me and having a relationship with Matt before we went to couples therapy.
Oh, Lord. I wonder what the producers are thinking. Whoever is riding in that car with him. I'm sure they've chatted with Jasmine's producer, and they know what Gino is about to walk into. Once Gino arrives at Jasmine's house, we see his whole outfit. Okay, the hat's backwards today. He's giving a little swaggy. I wonder, did he get dressed with Jasmine in mind?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Oh, I hate when you're trying not to smile, but you can't help it. It just blows your cover. They sit across from each other, just staring, like a showdown in a Western.
Drama, drama, drama.
Gino notices the boxes on the floor and starts to wonder if Jasmine is finally moving out of Matt's place and getting her own. Gino says that would show him she still cares about him.
And she's actually taken action.
No, Gino. Before Jasmine breaks the news to him, she brings up the last time she saw him at his cousin's party, where she got into an altercation with his love interest at the time, Natalie. And they start to get into this back and forth about how Gino wasn't fully honest with Natalie. And Gino starts to blame Jasmine for him and Natalie breaking up. And I'm like, y'all were official? I didn't know that. It goes on for a minute before Gino tells Jasmine to stop fighting with him.
You were always fighting with me.
Anyway,
And
the war
that was
is...
not a good life for me. I lived a miserable life with you.
I was miserable with you too.
Personally, I don't see why Jasmine didn't get straight to the point. Because why does Dana's party and Natalie matter now? In my opinion, it came off as if she tried to pick a fight with Gino before telling him about these major life changes. Jasmine goes on to declare to Gino that the quote, war is over, which is interesting terminology. I want to ask Jasmine, who does she think won? And why? Jasmine tells Gino she's moving to Florida with Matt.
You're moving to Florida.
Yeah.
And then comes the bomb. She tells Gino she doesn't want him to hear this from anyone but her. She's not just moving, she's pregnant, and she and Matt are keeping the baby.
So I want you to know that I am pregnant.
Good for you.
You can say wow, Gino, it's a wow moment. He tells Jasmine he's not shocked. Instead, he tries to play it cool. Jasmine tells Gino that she and Matt didn't plan this, but as adults, they know the consequences of being intimate. Might I add, without protection? So it might be more accurate for her to say, as adults, we know the consequences of being intimate without protection. Because protection is an option. I know Jasmine says she didn't do it on purpose, but based on how in love Matt has been acting when it comes to her, I wouldn't be surprised if he was open to making a baby.
Know that this marks the end for us. Matt and I, we're family now, so.
Damn! Turn the knife, will ya? In front of each other, Jasmine and Gino both seem to have put on a front. Gino tells Jasmine he really doesn't care, and he didn't come there to listen to details about her personal life. He tells her he hopes she has a good life, and she says,
I will.
Good.
Once Gino leaves, Jasmine breaks down, saying how worried she is about him.
I am worried about him. Because I know that he's hurt.
She says it concerns her more when he has these reactions because she knows he's going to have a meltdown when he's by himself. As we know, Gino wanted to have a baby with Jasmine. He's never had the opportunity to have a child of his own. On one hand, I feel bad for him. On the other hand, I'm thinking, maybe you should have slept with your wife more often. If you wanted a baby that bad, you could have made different choices. But I'm actually glad he didn't, because bringing a child into their dynamic would have only caused more pain.
More trauma.
I still love him. And it hurts me to hurt people that I love.
Jasmine says she knows Gino hates her, but she could never hate him. As Gino is driving home, he admits that he is actually shocked.
Well, duh.
What the can't believe what she just told me.
Yeah, she's still technically your wife. A month ago, she was confronting another woman about being with you, calling her a whore. And now she's pregnant by the man she asked you to open your marriage up to. No matter how much you love Jasmine or can't stand her, I think most of us can agree that overall, it's a shocking and messy situation. Yes, something beautiful came out of it, the baby. But it's not a story you hear every day. Damn, Gino. He says he thought she loved him, but she faked the whole thing and he fell for it.
I thought that she wanted to have a child with me. She's such a liar.
Ooh, with the way he is crying on camera, I can only imagine how bad he cried at home, alone. This made me want to go back and look at the moment Jasmine walked out pregnant on the Last Resort's tell-all, just to see Gino's reaction.
How are you doing, my
Good
dear?
to see you, Jasmine.
Hopefully they both get the emotional help and healing they need to move forward and eventually leave all this toxicity behind. All right, on to Loren and Libby.
That Alex.
There's
But
no
never-
way in hell I would ever stay with you if you once spoke about how my appearance is.
But you'll stay with him after he lied to you about losing $75,000 of your money. After he carelessly told people he doesn't even see as friends before he told you. After he consistently diminishes your concerns about moving your young family to Moldova. Something he told his family is officially happening.
Este o petrecere pentru că noi am decis să ne mutăm în Moldova. Da, Elizabeth?
Basically behind your back because he knows you aren't fluent in the language.
Sneaky.
And after he doubled down on not valuing your opinion by telling you whether you like it or not, he is selling your house.
But when I'm going back, I'm selling the house. Be ready for this, because this is
Okay.
going to be a problem.
You would stay with him after all of that, plus more, but leave him the first time he negatively talks about your appearance.
Girl, really?
Libby, that's hard to believe. Also, in my opinion, all that says is that you value your looks more than being respected and being married to a man who is honest with you. You care more that your husband is attracted to you than if he actually sees you and makes you feel seen and valued when it matters the most. As we all know, looks will fade. Bodies will change. Isn't that why having mutual respect in a relationship is so important? It's what sustains a healthy relationship long term.
Anyway, let's enjoy the beach, shall we?
Elizabeth forgives Andre for telling Alex and Jovi that he lost $75,000 of their money before he told her. But after she heard Loren called Andre a horrible person, something Loren denies,
I think he can be a dick, and I'm telling you that.
Elizabeth continues to compare her marriage to Loren's, seemingly trying to prove she has the better husband. We saw that start to play out last episode when Elizabeth accused Alex of body shaming Loren, something Loren told her in confidence. Meanwhile, Loren sheds more light on Alex's comments after he asked her what exactly did she tell Elizabeth. Loren sharing that before they had their 3 kids, she and Alex agreed if she wanted to get the mommy makeover surgery, she had to put in the work to prove that she didn't just want to change her body, but also her mindset.
Meanwhile, bread and butter.
That's the whole point.
But it's homemade, and I know what's in it.
Exactly. There you see, you did the change.
Aww. Loren goes on to say she knows as an Eastern European man, Alex can be direct, But looking back, she doesn't think he intentionally body shamed her. That was his way of motivating her. But she was struggling with postpartum depression really bad, saying having 3 babies in 2.5 years is a lot.
Hell to the yeah.
I trusted her and confided in her, and she took that trust and like threw it out.
Oh, it's about to get worse. Elizabeth and Andre continue to reflect on what happened at Yara's event.
This is too much. Listen, we're gonna take a breather now and we're gonna remove ourselves from this.
And Elizabeth shares more context about her 4-year friendship with Loren, saying it was mostly over the phone, but there was a point where they would talk every single day for hours. They initially bonded over the fact that they were married to Eastern European men and they would complain and vent to each other. But she says the more time she spends in person with Loren, the more she can see her for who she is.
Alex. He was mad and embarrassed and left.
This is worse than I thought.
Aside from that, I do feel bad about everything that went down. I mean, I wouldn't want my dirty laundry aired, you know?
Which happens often. Let's not forget, you know how it feels. Hey, your husband has done it to you. Elizabeth tells the camera that despite what went down between she and Loren, she doesn't want to throw away their relationship just yet. But you already know Andre wants her to.
You cannot leave self-centered people like that in your life.
Look who's talking.
Just get rid of them.
What if she really took his advice? What if? Also, I wonder if Elizabeth has any friends outside of the cast from the show. I've never seen them stop by the house or anything like that. When it comes to her family, she apparently only talks to her dad and her sister Becky now. I'm just curious because I would hate for this to really be a situation where Andre prefers for her to only have him. He seems to always be the common denominator in her strained relationships. Fast forward, Elizabeth texts Loren to meet up and to try to talk things out. And Loren comes with her armor.
I brought evil eyes for protection. I think it's really important that we meet in a public place because witnesses.
Damn, Libby's behavior really has her scared. Having someone you thought you knew well betray your trust and purposely try to hurt you like that will do it. It's a shock to the system.
I don't know where to begin. My supposed-to-be friend calls my husband a horrible man.
Elizabeth, how many times does she have to tell you that she didn't call him that?
But you said dick.
But he is a dick.
Isn't a dick worse?
No.
Elizabeth tells Loren no matter how she feels about Alex, she would never do that. You just don't talk about your friends' husbands. But here's the thing, just because Elizabeth doesn't want to confront the truth about her husband doesn't make it wrong when others do, even her friends. It seems like whenever anyone points out what they see and experience from Andre, Elizabeth turns that person into the enemy. And Andre fuels it by saying, oh, they're just jealous. No, they're not. It's like having a dog. By the way, I'm not comparing Andre to a dog. This is just the best analogy I can think of right now. But imagine, your dog keeps biting people. And everybody is like, oh, your dog is aggressive. And instead of training the dog, you're mad at your friend who literally just got bit for saying it too. Like, why would you call my dog aggressive? Because it is.
We were just at your housewarming party and your friend attacked my husband. You didn't step in.
Loren and Elizabeth get into what's really boiling under the surface. Because clearly this is about more than Loren calling Andre a dick.
If that was my home, I'd be like, get the out. You're not gonna talk to my friends that way.
Right, so
Get
I could
out.
have said that to your husband.
Period. Looking furious, Elizabeth says, yeah, and we would have gladly left. Why would Loren tell her best friend, who we know is her best friend because she has nothing to do with the show, to get out of her house to make you and your husband comfortable? after her best friend was taking up for her because she felt your husband was being disrespectful. Elizabeth is sounding more like the self-centered one right now.
Noga saw me getting cornered, and yes, she went off. Have I apologized for that time and time again? Yes.
Loren tells the camera Elizabeth refuses to accept her apology. I guess similar to how she refuses to accept Loren saying she did not call Andre a horrible person. All this leads me to believe that maybe there's some psychological stuff going on here. Maybe projection, maybe displacement, maybe a mix of both. On one hand, Elizabeth might have felt embarrassed by Andre's actions that night at Loren's house.
The mom handles the household. Yeah.
As Elizabeth mentioned, she and Loren's relationship was mostly over the phone. So to finally be getting to know each other in person, and for others to see your husband isn't giving you a say when it comes to moving your family to Moldova, or when she found out Andre told Alex and Jovi he planned to give her an ultimatum,
Stay there alone?
all of that can be humiliating, especially around other couples. But instead of sitting with that, she projects the blame onto Loren, making her the problem. But it also looks like displacement, because instead of addressing the real source of her frustration, Andre, she takes it out on Loren, a safer target. So whether it's projection or displacement, from the outside looking in, it seems as if Elizabeth has these feelings about Andre, but everyone else ends up paying for them. I also think that after that night, Libby might have felt judged by Loren, so she stepped into competition mode. Now we see her trying to prove that she's not weak, and her marriage is just as good, if not better, than Loren's. Now back to their convo, Elizabeth tells Loren she would never call Alex a dick. And Loren says, because he isn't.
Like, to other people in public, like, he's not.
But to you?
He's not a dick to me. We are a couple.
But the things that you've said to me, I think that he's verbally abusing you.
What the?
So Elizabeth, now you're telling the world that Alex body shames Loren and he's verbally abusing her. All because she called your husband a dick? A term that's clearly not that bad because I can say it on YouTube in this context.
Was it jealousy?
Yeah. If you ask me, Elizabeth is telling on herself by telling all of Loren's business. When you're not happy with where you are, it can be easy to slip into comparing yourself to others and competing with them, especially in close friendships. But here's the thing. When you let comparison and jealousy drive you, it actually keeps you stuck. It's a distraction. You end up wasting energy proving and performing instead of just living your life, staying in your story. The real power move is taking those uncomfortable feelings that come with the urge to compare and to compete as information that says, okay, I need to take some time to pour into myself. In Libby's case, pour into her marriage. Not spend time trying to knock someone off the pedestal you put them on in your head. Ideally, Elizabeth could have handled the situation by saying, hey, that hurt my feelings when you called my husband a dick. I know he has his ways, but I love him and that hurt. Then use all those other complicated feelings that might come up in her as fuel to go work on her marriage with Andre and make it the best that it can be. Comparison can be used as a tool to refine us and push us to rise to our potential if we don't stay focused on the other person or relationship we are comparing ourselves to. Instead, practice self-love by bringing the attention back to us. Staying in main character energy, knowing we are worthy of that. We can't live anyone else's life.
It's impossible.
We can only live our own. And if we do the work, it can be good and fulfilling.
Alex would never body shame or talk bad about my body and say, this is ugly or that. No.
Loren responds to Elizabeth accusing Alex of verbal abuse, saying what she said before. He was trying to motivate her and she took it differently because she was going through postpartum depression. She goes on to say, Elizabeth knows she's a private person, and to bring something up that she and Alex handled privately is below the belt.
And you have yet to apologize for hurting me and that situation.
Elizabeth takes some ownership by saying all of this could have been avoided if they were being mature adults and just talked about what was bothering them.
She's talking about herself.
But the damage has been done now. She's leaked all the secrets.
I just want you to know that I still care about you and I still love you.
It's always the ones who know they're in the wrong doing the whole I still love you spill. Elizabeth tells Loren she just wants her to know that for herself. And Loren, I'm assuming now in protection mode, said thank you before dropping a dose of shade as she exits.
Take care.
Until next time, maybe.
Next week, Loren confronts Yara about being messy and allegedly telling Elizabeth she called Andre a horrible person.
I realized that there is so much I have to fix between Elizabeth and Loren.
Girl, I don't know if that's fixable. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, that was a lot. A lot happened, but I appreciate you for hanging out with me. This was fun. I always enjoy whipping up these recaps for you. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And turn those notifications on. All right, I'll see you next time.